A really important cyclic hydrocarbon is benzene. Benzene is not an alkane, it's not an alkene, it's not an alkyne. It has its own group known as aromatic, and that's because of its very unusual bonding. So let's take a look at benzene. 6 carbons and 6 hydrogens, and the bond angles between each carbon is 120, and that means it's a planar molecule, like ethene. So let's take a look at the Lewis dot structure of benzene. We can actually draw it 2 different ways. So here we can draw the double bond between C1, C2, C3 and C4, C5 and C6, or we can draw the double bond, they're in the exact same place. So I'm just going to write here between C2 and C3, between C4 and C5, and between C6 and C1. These two should look different and have the double bonds in different places. So anytime you draw a Lewis dot structure and you can draw a double bond in more than one place, what that means is you have a situation known as resonance. And what that means is the electrons involved in the double bond are actually shared not just between the two atoms in one Lewis dot structure, but between all of the atoms in which a double bond can be drawn in Lewis dot structure. So since every single carbon can be drawn as engaging in a double bond, the 6 electrons in the 3 double bonds of the Lewis dot structure are actually shared equally among all 6 carbons. And so when we draw the double bonds, it's not really an accurate representation. For one thing, there are not 3 short bonds and 3 long bonds, which would happen if there were 3 double bonds and 3 single bonds. Also, benzene does not undergo the type of reactions that alkenes undergo. So it is entirely a different type of bonding. So many times when we draw benzene, we'll put a circle in the middle of the hexagon, and that means that resonance is occurring. Now sometimes you will see the ring with the 3 double bonds, the hexagon with the 3 double bonds. That does not mean 3 double bonds actually exist. Chemists know that the 3 double bonds could be drawn in alternating places and that resonance is occurring. So each one of these representations on this slide represents benzene. And even though the Lewis dot structure shows that there should be double bonds, there are not double bonds. Those 6 electrons are involved in resonance, which is a spreading out of the bonding electrons among all the atoms in the molecule that can double bond.